let us assume the business keeps influenced or impacted by all these disruptions, and therefore all your business related requirements keeps changing, right? So maybe few years before, a decade before, your angle of looking at a new workforce would have been very different from how you look at now, right? Now, in case if you are having a plan to hire new employees, let's take our MBA students, right? What is that you are looking out from them where they can work so comfortably in a environment which is filled with a lot of uncertainties? What do you expect from them to manage this uncertainties?
A few quality we would like to consider that he should carry. First is he should be adaptable to the situation, to any kind of this circumstantial, and fast learner, as they are also being in the age group where they are a very fast learner. Of course they are tech savvy, but problem solving which helps the larger society, like that, and the resilience, because
but most of this were expected even before, right? Is there anything which you start looking at very differently now for the given?
From HR background, I would it's a very interesting question, because we keep thinking about like how should we change our hiring strategy for different set of people for different skill sets. One thing which always remains common is a learning acumen, like especially for students.
So I'll give just an example, right? Last week I was I was part of some workshop with a very large firm, trying and finding out what is they expect from a MBA pass out, right? And the whole 2 day was spent only on that, understanding from what they want. So over a period of 2 days, what I was able to understand that they were expecting even the management graduate student to be more technology fluent. They kept on saying that if somebody is more technology fluent, he can easily survive in the world of this technology disruption now, and therefore make your student more technology fluent, even though functional, anyway you will train them on functional, but the gap is in terms of adapting technology, so make them fluent in that. So like that, is there anything very specific you want them to? Because even before, people want hardworking person, adaptable person, learnable, right? These are all learning ability should be there, but is there anything specifically which is in demand?
So let me answer this question in two parts. And so my mantra when I hire somebody, and this is something my boss told me once, and he said, Gulshan, skill can be taught, attitude cannot be taught. Now this is at the core. Now if I give you an example, I'm not technologically savvy. I struggle with Excel, I struggle with Microsoft Point after some point in time. But then, me being in a senior position, have the privilege to tell one of my analysts, these are my thoughts, can you put it in an Excel model and can you do it to give a presentation, and I will only give you the final points. But then the point is, I am a CA, this guy is a CA. But if this guy doesn't know what I need, that's where the problem comes. So what I expect from, let's say, somebody who's coming in my organization as an analyst, who's a CA or MBA finance, to not only know CA and MBA or finance, also to know technology, because this is how the presentations are happening, this is how the business models are happening, this is how your future planning is happening, this is how your risk analysis is happening, and this is how anything and everything that you want to take to the management happening. Maybe I come from an age where I survived. Can the future generation survive? The answer is going to be very tough for them. So yes, they need to be able to present their finance, CA, legal knowledge into this so-called model whatsoever, so that it goes to the management and they understand what they're saying.
So I agree in terms of technologically fluent, and what I would suggest is students' ability to use tools which are prevalent today. A lot of colleges are not teaching them the life skill that you need in an organization where the expectations are very high already, because of this technological advancement. So use of these tools for the business purpose becomes highly critical. If somebody, like, in my organization, let's take engineering. If the person does not know how to use code generation tools, it's a non-starter, right? So like in case of finance, business, if you don't know tools to generate financial models or business presentations, then it's a big challenge. So I'm not talking about PowerPoint. I'm talking about ability to write the right things and generate content that can be used for better addressing the challenge better, or articulating the problem better, right? So the tool usage.
So recently I had a discussion with one of our MBA student who is interning, right? See, I've been given a large data file, and he was told that build insight from this data file, and this data file has a lot of data, and this guy is clueless what he has to do with that, right? So maybe the firm is trying to find out how he can be more sensible in terms of handling data, how to draw a lot of insights for various decision making using data. Therefore, technology fluency is one side. The other side, how comfortable they are in dealing with large data which is getting captured in the various firm industry, right?
Rise to certain skills, that data visualization or handling technology better. I feel if the person who is learning MBA and may be interested in one domain and may not be interested in another domain and is given that job, may not be able to do better. To give an example, if I am given a job of selling a product, I may not be able to do good. But if I am given a job of assessing behavior of a person, I may be able to do good. So understanding what the passion is, whether it's technology, whether it's
It's not passion, but minimum amount of all this is required. See, for example,
These are skills that can be taught.
somebody has a what you call it as someone who can really connect to geopolitics might make more sense in the current context.
Nothing that
Is
sort
it
of,
correct?
nothing that
Particular
sort of
job.
from, we are talking about freshers, we are not talking about
Yeah.
executive people to be hired. I think there are three clear and simple requirements: people, process and technology. People point of view, soft skills are really important, because these days collaboration is becoming a really key challenge. People are not willing to talk to each other, they have their own set of mindsets. They are so much embedded in their technological work life that they've forgotten how to deal with people around them.
Attitude.
Arrogance, whatever you want to call that, or collaboration
So
issues.
collaboration is one.
So people side of things, where they know how to deal with peers, they know how to deal with seniors, they know how to deal with juniors. So at all three levels, they need to know, and we are looking for those skill sets in them, that they understand the people skills, whether it's about communication, whether it is about collaboration, whether it is about anything else, everything around people management. That's first. The second is process. Process comes from domain understanding. That means functional knowledge, industrial knowledge, not on synthetic data sets. Sorry, I think many colleges today are still working on those 200 lines of statistical data that was published 50 years ago, and people
No,
still,
what I'm saying is large data.
yeah, that's what I'm saying, that people are still studying those old age concepts on simulated data sets. Today you have very large data sets available on which you can learn the processes, and there is level playing field now, that knowledge is distributed, knowledge is freely available. So you learn what are the business processes around it from domain, industry, and the target place where you're gonna work. So you try and understand, and you can be prepared for that. And third is technology, embedded inside your workflows, embedded inside your business functions. Be it a finance guy, HR guy, any IT guy, operations guy, software engineer. Everybody has to use technology today. There is no point about it. There's no debate about it. How he or she adapts or embeds technology into day-to-day operations, that one. And secondly, after embedding that technology into the workflow, the data gets generated. How do you understand patterns and draw insights out of that data? You have to do it both the sides of things. You are the consumer as well as producer. So how are you managing technology to look at both sides of things is something that we are trying to understand. Yeah, technology, I think tools are being taught. That's first. Insights are being taught. They are being taught on interpersonal skills and the people management skills, and they are being taught the business function knowledge and the healthcare and the retail industry.
Okay, so we had a very lovely discussion. Before closing, I think someone said that, I think 2-3 of you also said that if you are a great leader or a good leader, you will be able to know things even much before it hits the market or hits the business, right? Let's try and find out that, right? Can you tell us what is going to be the next big disruption other than AI and the technology what we have now? What is that big uncertainty which is going to hit us? Climate is one. Okay. Health is one. Yeah. Health related disruption, is it?
Mental as well as physical health.
Mental and that will be a big challenge.
This is a challenge. You're showing.
Correct. Yeah.
Showing up
Climate,
every
yes,
day.
it is.
Every day is showing up in office.
Yes.
I think geopolitical issues will sustain one way or the other for sure.
Okay. This uncertainty around geopolitics will continue.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think
Cybercrime and data thefts and leakages would gonna increase by leaps and bounds, because we are highly dependent on technology, and that's gonna be really a threatening area for us, and it's gonna be really big.
Okay.
I think the younger generation, definitely there is a risk of empathy because of this instant gratification and all the things that are happening. So I would say that empathy is at risk.
It will be required. It's required. The change means it will be changed.
If I may also add,
change.
I think the other thing which is going to create a big disruption, it's already doing it as a blockchain and crypto. We don't know which way it's going to shape up.
that it got saturated.
No, we don't know which way it's going to shape up.
Bitcoin. You're talking about
Like, I'm saying blockchain and crypto. We don't know which way it's going to shape up. And that's, again, I would consider as one of the very big uncertainty. Because a lot of bets are being taken on both sides.
I think according to me, the biggest disruption that will happen, which could actually be an end to something, I don't know, it will happen in 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, is that there is so much of over-reliance on technology, whether you're tech savvy or not, is that creativity is something that is going out. And there is so all of us, and especially the new generation, are becoming handicapped. How far can we, forget about running, how far can we walk with that dependence? And the loss of creativity is something that really...